Ah, sit yourself down. Ye sorry excuse for a human, and let wee Kevin regale you with a tale full of magic, mystery and utter nonsense. Gather round, ye bawbags, as we delve into the realm of the fantastical we our two favourite Egypts, wee Kevin and Lance. It was a drike, miserable day in Glenfinnan, the kind that makes you want to crawl back into your scratcher and give the world the finger. But nay Kevin and Lance. Nay, these two muppets had decided it was the perfect day to go wandering in the woods, hunting for the legendary Kelpie that the old wives spoke about. Kevin, you sure this Kelpie thing is real? Lance asked, scratching his arse and looking like he'd just crawled out of bed. Aye, it's real, and if we catch it we'll be richer than that tight-fisted bastard McGregor, Kevin replied, his eyes gleaming with the kind of madness that only an Egypt could muster. With a bottle of Buckfast in one hand and a rusty fishing net in the other, the two numpties set off into the forest. It didn't take long before they started to feel the eerie presence of something unnatural. The trees whispered secrets, and the wind howled like a banshee with a hangover. Did you hear that, Kevin? Lance whispered, his eyes wide with terror. Ah, shut it, you big Jessie. It's just the wind, Kevin scoffed, though he couldn't hide the quiver in his voice. Suddenly the ground shook, and before them appeared the most magnificent beast they'd ever seen. It was the Kelpie, a sleek black stallion with eyes that glowed like the arse end of a demon. It reeked of damp moss and ancient magic, and it spoke with a voice like thunder. Who dares to enter my domain? The Kelpie roared, snorting steam frae its nostrils. We, Kevin and Lance, at your service, Kevin declared, trying to sound brave but failing miserably. Ah, you pair of dafties. Do you know ken who I am? I could turn you into a haggis with a flick of my hoof, the Kelpie bellowed, clearly unimpressed with the human idiots before it. We just want to catch you and get rich is all, Lance explained, as if talking to a magical creature about kidnapping it was the most natural thing in the world. The Kelpie let out a laugh that sounded like a thunderstorm and a fart competition all rolled into one. You think you can catch me? You couldn't catch a cold in a Siberian winter, you muppets? Kevin, nae one tea-back doon, swung the fishing net at the Kelpie, missing spectacularly and tangling himself up instead. Lance, never one to be outdone in the stupidity stakes, tried to tackle the Kelpie, only to end up face first in a pile of unicorn shite. Oh, for fuck's sake, Lance, ye Egypt, Kevin shouted, struggling to free himself free the net. The Kelpie, now thoroughly amused, decided to have a bit of fun. It transformed into a bonny lass with hair like spun gold and eyes like emeralds. Maybe you'd prefer a wee lassie instead, she teased, batting her lashes. Lance, his face still covered in unicorn shite, stood up and declared, Aye, much better. What's your name, hen? The Kelpie lass giggled, clearly enjoying the show. You can call me Moira, she purred, stepping closer to the bumbling fools. Kevin, finally free frae the net, brushed himself off and tried to regain some dignity. Listen, Moira, we dinna want any trouble. We just thought we could catch a Kelpie and make a wee bit of cash. Moira Kelpie smirked. And whip makes you think you deserve anything but a swift kick in the arse? Before they could answer, a blinding light filled the forest, and out stepped the most unexpected saviour, a drunk leprechaun riding a bagpipe-playin haggis. Ah, nae bother, Moira. These two Egypts are under my protection, the leprechaun slurred, waving a bottle of whiskey. Moira Kelpie sighed. Fine, but they owe me a favour, she said, transforming back into the Kelpie and disappearing into the mist. The leprechaun, swaying precariously on his haggis steed, looked at Kevin and Lance. You two need to stop meddling with magic. Now let's go to the pub and drink till we canna see straight. And with that, the three of them stumbled back to Glenfinnan, where they spent the night drinking, singing and laughing about their brush with the magical. In the end, Kevin and Lance learned nothing, except that maybe hunting mythical creatures is better left to the professionals. But as they clinked their glasses and shouted, Slàhnćhe, they knew they'd have a tale to tell for years to come. And so ends another chapter in the idiotic adventures of Kevin and Lance, two daft bastards who somehow managed to survive their own stupidity. Slàhnćhe, you bawbags. And don't forget to like and subscribe, you wee bastards.